who's a black old lady, and Deadpool has a stash of cocaine under her floors and weapons, and he takes a bag of cocaine and gives Blino pulls out her gun, and she gives him advice. You can't live a little till you die a little. So cut to Deadpool back on top of where we were at the beginning, on top of the gasoline tanks, and lights the cigarettes. Can't live a little till you die a little. So he decides to test her. He blows up himself. Colossus goes to pick up his body parts, and after he visits the after dead, and his girlfriend says he doesn't have his heart in the right place, and okay, and so he a few days later, Colossus gives him the book of the rule book, and he runs away on the Professor Xavier's chair, and asks where is he, but where's the other X-Men? And the other X-Men are right behind him, and like Beast closes the door on him, and mission, and he hugs Colossus and says that he was the one that got away of this dead guy who killed them, and said it was all his fault, his dead girlfriend. So he hugs Colossus and Colossus tries to get this. He starts touching it, but he can't. So cut to next day, they're going on a mission with Wade, and they want to bring Wade with him, and he's using Cerebral as a future, to tell the future, and Colossus is trying to say that's not the Cerebral voice, and he is literally repeating everything Colossus says, and says, "You want me to go on a mission? That's bad. Wanna know how? It's on my head and it smells like past freaks. Do it." So they go on a mission, and yeah, this kid's like firing fireballs, and Wade actually says, "We're the X-Men, guilty for racism in the '60s. Respect." So and Colossus is wondering what the fuck is he doing, and says, "I'm overcoming my difference, so please ask." But I say, "Stop cheating on me." And he says, oh, and Meg saw Teenage Warhead is dating a girl for her dating now. It's a girl. I forget what her name is. Yuki? Yeah, Yuki, I think. And so he makes on Teenage Warhead, "I'll kill Justin Bieber." Temple found funny how the kid called him Justin Bieber, and yeah, makes on Teenage is blasted by Justin Bieber after Deadpool dodges the attack to save his own skin, and then Colossus actually is blasted after Deadpool dodges the attack to save his own skin, and now because he was actually asking, wait, does it go only up to the fist or all the way up to right now? Oh, all the way up to right now. Okay, and so he says, "You're going through very huge changes in your life now." I went too far there, and now Deadpool got blasted, and he says, "Stay in school." He sees a little kid, and he signs a little kid's autograph, and says, "Stay in school, kid, or not. I'm an X-Men." And the kid says, "Newbie." And whatever. So he takes the kid down while throwing the sword at him, and knocks the kid down, and not kills him though. And then he puts the column that deactivates all mutant powers. So we found out the kid was abused by the people where he was in the school by the ball guy, and some creepy guy. And so he says, like what Colossus said in the end of the first Deadpool movie, says 4 or 5 moments, or 4 or 6 moments, or something. That's all it takes to be a hero. And it says everyone thinks to brush your teeth, get like a hero. Ejaculate in a soap dispenser by a hero. And Colossus is like, my God. He's looking at us like, God damn. And so Deadpool, when he's like talking, he just decides to shoot the guy, one of the guys. But he didn't got the chance to shoot guy because Colossus like takes Deadpool down and says that he's on Judge Joy-Ann's here, and then like Deadpool gets the call on that deactivate his meter, and now he's in prison with the kid, and yeah, so he explains to the kid that he's basically this walking piece of cancer without his superpowers. And so kid actually tries to make the biggest guy in the and Deadpool says he's the second big guy. The kid was trying to make the second biggest guy in the cell their bitch, and he made the kid his bitch by punching him down and then punching Deadpool down, and the kid says, "We were awesome, like totally badass." And Deadpool says, "Just let me die in peace." We are not a team, we are friends. And then guy from the future shows up and takes out with a metal hand and takes out like all these guys like with mouth breaking his sweat, and all the mutants come loose, and but the calls are still working, but their application said Deadpool and the kid, they're not out at the cage. The cage won't open, and then eventually it does because the guy with the opens the cage to get to Russell. And Deadpool thinks he wants him, makes a reference to the Winter Soldier, and Deadpool gets in a brawl with him, and there's a really kick-ass brawl, and he finds out his name is Cable before he shoots him. He asks him 3 questions. Ask him 3 questions. 1, which Shockney am I? 2, is Silver thing? 3, how much do I have to hear from a guy with a metal arm? And he just actually takes the gun. Cable takes the gun from Deadpool with, I don't know, some sort of gravity thing, magic thing, I don't know, and kicks Deadpool's ass, and takes the coin that Deadpool actually hold on from his dead girlfriend that he gave to his girlfriend, but he holds on to it to grief, and Cable takes that coin. And to remember, he puts the token in Cable's fanny pack. Sounds very manly. And they get to the falling off point, and like Deadpool says, in every movie there's a falling off point, and he says, and the Human Centipede is when those actors join on to sign down in that movie. That was their falling off point. This is my falling off point. And the falling in the snow, Deadpool gets right in the water and has his head smashed in after having his head smashed in. So he gets so he dies again, seeing his dead girlfriend again, saying, "You're not giving me a lot of Jackson here." And he said, "Kids change their life," and he just realized the kid. That's the answer. So he goes back to living, and talks to his best friend that's in the bar, and that's what she said. So he says he needs to be selfish, and his friend doesn't know what that means, and it means he just describes the war, what selfish means, and he still didn't got it. And so they put together a team called X-Force with a bunch of these cool characters signing up, except for one called Peter, and he's just kind of funny, and the taxi driver said he wants to be on the team, and Deadpool says, "What's your superpower?" And he says, "Courage," and he says, "That's cute." And so they're inside the helicopter, and Deadpool's talking to all of the team and says, I know you're all scared, but you have been chosen by a higher power." And the team said, "Did he just call himself God?" And then he yells at Peter, says, "Oh, well, you shut up," and I forget what he says. He says, "I'm not really mad at you. I'm just trying to yell at you to impress the other team. I will never let anything happen to you, Sugar Bear." And so they all jumped out of the plane, and they all die. And how Peter dies, he gets vomit acid on his arm came off. By trying to save X-Force member. And the only one's left, the Deadpool says, tells Don Mill, and after she asks, "Where are the other team?" "Good news is only you and I are left." And she calls him a fucking idiot. So Damo gets onto this moving. So she's like, gets off her backpack and runs right to this moving vehicle. And Deadpool's arguing with her, and Deadpool's poking fun of her, and saying that what kind of stupid power is luck? And she says, "I'm in." And he says, "Really?" And then Cable, he slides down from this building and goes goes in the truck. Then the truck gets blown up, and Cable jumps from the next truck, and then Deadpool jumps to the truck, but he misses it. And then Damo takes down Cable in the meantime, and then Deadpool actually riding on this vehicle with his ass in the air, and with his ass in the air and seeing in between his ass, and then he jumps off and saves Donald's skin. And then Domo takes the wheel, and then Deadpool takes on Cable, and Russell made a new friend in prison, the Juggernaut. And so they're all crashing, and Deadpool says to the Juggernaut, "Holy shit, I'm like a fucking huge fan." And he rips Deadpool in half, the Juggernaut. So Cable asks Deadpool for help, and with other friends in the room, seeing how small his legs are and how his dick hang out, Cable actually puts on some lip balm, says, "You remind me of my wife. It was heavy contact." He says, and Deadpool's like, what the fuck? And So the agree. Deadpool has certain minutes from stop Russell from killing a guy. Russell has he has certain minutes to save Russell and prevent him to stop killing a guy, because once Russell gets a taste of it, he can't stop, I guess. And the future says Cable's family died in the future, and his wife and his family died in the future. Okay. And so there's this big battle when was the Juggernaut and Cable, Domino, and Tieson, Warheads, and Yuki. I don't know, and Colossus. After Colossus changed his mind about not having Deadpool, he says to Deadpool, "Let's fight dirty." And they all has big CGI battle and everyone, and Domino's actually inside fighting, killing these guys in the school, and Deadpool's kicking ass with Cable with these against these guys and throwing a brick at them, and then comes down to Russell and Cable and Deadpool. And Deadpool puts the collar on him that takes away his immune power. Says, "If you gotta kill anyone, kill me." So Cable reaches for the gun, because the gun was laying on the floor, and the song from Annie, "The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow," is playing. Well, Deadpool's leaving for it, and he gets shot, and he says, and then the high note goes on, "The tomorrow," and it doesn't look good. Then Deadpool actually is slowly dying. Because you're shot in a really nasty pot. Did not look good. Wasn't good for Deadpool. So, and the blood that was on Cable's teddy bear disappeared because it worked, because of Deadpool, because of his courage, and he saved the future, he saved the day, and Deadpool is actually dying while also saying stuff really funny, and he says, Colossus, let's say, fuck together, come on, it'll be fun, we'll say. And his last words, "Do you want to build a snowman?" And the goes to see his dead girlfriend and hugs and kisses her and makes out with her. And girlfriend says, "It's not time. It's not time. Your family, your F word needs you. Your family." While Cable's and Cable turns around, turns back time, and she says, "There'll always be a time for us to stay out." And she says, "Kiss me like you miss me, Red," to Deadpool, and they kiss, and Cable turns back time, and everything happens. Fast forward again. Rinse, recycle, and repeat. Everything happened except for one thing. Deadpool didn't die because he put the Cable put that Deadpool's coin back. It gave Deadpool's coin back, which saved him from the bullet. So, okay. So, we saved him from the bullet, and all is good, and heroes win, and they all go off the man race, and this one guy that's the bald guy that Russell was trying to kill dispels his bizarre. Someone says, and Cable decides that wants to kill him. And says Deadpool says, "Well, I can't take it." Like, and the cab driver drives over him. The one that said courage is his power. There are lots of great moments in this movie.